Yep, I just merged with a Draken. Not my best plan, but we'll see how this thing does in a dogfight, I suppose. Fox 2. Splash. Alright, we got the new AMX, completely stock. Gets 2 AIM-9Ls stock, plus drop tanks with about 10 minutes of fuel extra. Stock countermeasures, you got a Vulcan with 400 rounds. I was not expecting them to drop this aircraft right off the bat, but they did, and I like it. So for a basic overview, you've got a Harrier HUD, specifically like the GR7 or the AV-8B. It's pretty good. I don't have any problems with it. It gives you speed, altitude, ammo for the gun. It's nice. You have an RWR that tells you not only what target you're getting radar signals from, but the distance, which is really nice. You've got an MFD, which shows you your radar. I'll get into that later. You can have your HUD show up, the map, or yeah, just those three. I think there's also the targeting pod, which isn't functional yet because War Thunder. But yeah, you can see the RWR here shows you the distance to the target, so that AAA is farther off. It's probably maybe this stuff over here or something. I've noticed this aircraft does not compress at any speed. You'll just rip your wings off if you turn too hard, which is a little bit of a double-edged sword. You have to make sure you're not turning too hard, but it doesn't like limit you in your turns. But yeah, this cockpit is very nice. It's got everything I'd want a cockpit to have in War Thunder, and it's all in great places. So the radar rangefinder is a little weird in situations where you've got a big furball here, because you don't know who you're locking until you spool up a Sidewinder. So that person, that's who it's decided to lock for the radar. I don't know if that's a friendly or not, but it kind of looks like a Phantom. Yeah, that's definitely a Phantom. Let's not kill him. So you don't have any type of radar IFF, but you have the RWR to tell you what you're getting radar signals from, which is very nice. From what I have seen, the radar does not give you any gun lead indication on the HUD. At least not in sim anyways. But that's alright. It's a Vulcan. It's quite easy to aim, especially with this nice of a HUD. I think the big problem with this plane is going to be finding targets that aren't painting you with their radar. If you can't see them on your RWR, you basically have to visually spot them, and for them to be painting you, they have to be facing you. So for small matches like this, where like in maybe like a Viggen or something, I would be able to find people, this aircraft will struggle with it a little bit. But there's a Draken there close, about 2 o'clock, and that's probably him. No, it's possible. He's locking me? Where is he? Ah, that's probably him. Yep, I just merged with a Draken. Not my best plan, but we'll see how this thing does in a dogfight, I suppose. Fox 2. Splash. Yeah, so as you saw, the radar acquired him. I could just launch it off bore sight, and he died immediately. Quite nice, I must say. I did not expect it to acquire him that fast. Everything about this aircraft's cockpit just seems super nice and quite detailed. This might be one of the best cockpits I've ever seen. The rear visibility actually reminds me a little bit of like playing a Frogfoot. It's got a similar engine intake and kind of like a dorsal hump problem, but honestly, not too bad, all things considered. Especially in VR where you can kind of just do this. In premise, this thing plays very similar to like a late Harrier. You've got a max speed of around about 600 knots, a decent radar, and some pretty great missiles for the BR. Gonna go for a landing here. Speed brake out. It has spoilers. I don't know if it has any other additional speed brakes, but it does have spoilers. It does not have a drag chute, and it, from what I've experienced, the brakes are not great. So you're going to want to land this thing kind of slow and give yourself lots of extra runway room. But you do have a Vulcan on an absolutely tiny plane, so if you need to, you can, do that and try not to team kill your friendlies at the end of the runway. The acceleration is not great. I took off probably about a minute and 30 seconds ago, and I'm not even to 1,000 kilometers an hour. I'm just about getting there. It is, it's a rather slow accelerating plane. Got another Draken on the RWR there. He's just killed that F4C, so I assume he's that thing, that dot straight ahead. Yep, radar just picked him up. I'm gonna hold off launching until we get close and can identify him. Yep, that's a Draken. Fox 2. Splash. Nope. He dodged it, or he flew by it. And I've ripped. So you saw there I was not pulling that many Gs, and I ripped a significant chunk of my right wing off. At like 550, 600 knots, it seems to rip at about 10 Gs, which is not a whole lot. Granted, that is stock. I don't know if any of the mods will change that. But I would just be very careful how hard you pull when you're merging with someone in this thing. Helpfully, the HUD tells you exactly how many Gs you're pulling, so you can know not to exceed 10 Gs, which is quite helpful when this thing rips, as it does. I have a jet on my 6. What is that? That's a Draken again. Oh man. Is that a Draken? No, that looks like an Su-22. This thing seems to like to stall out quite a lot. I was barely turning there, and I'm already tip stalling, even with damping on. Let's see if I can get him. Fox 2. Flared it. He's running away now, and I'm quite slow, only 300 knots. Still have one more AIM-9L though. You only get 2, but you get them stock, so you don't really have to grind for much in this plane other than flight performance and, the secondary weapons. Ah, there he is. He's still turning with me. Do I shoot the 9L in this aspect? I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, I don't have unlocked. I don't want to take that. Oh, yeah, I'm tip stalling. It loses energy very fast, I must say. Let me drop these fuel tanks. There we go. Yeah, honestly, you probably don't need to take the drop tanks. You only get 2 AIM-9Ls and 30 minutes of fuel in a non-afterburning jet, so the chances of you running out of fuel before you run out of missiles are very low. This is definitely an aircraft where you're going to want to get really good at using flaps in fights, because its low-speed handling is not great without flaps, and it loses speed very fast. Something's merging with me very quickly. That is a friendly F4C. That is an Su-22 that I've just merged with. Careful not to pull more than 10 Gs. Spool up the heat seeker. Fox 2. Flared it. The nose down because I'm going way too slow. I gotta build up more speed. Is he gonna run away? Yeah, he's gonna run away. So yeah, anyone with a little bit of awareness and lots of flares can counter this thing pretty easily. But your first turn is pretty nasty. You can get the shot off rather quickly. Got him at like 2 kilometers. I'm gonna send up 9L, turn off. I wanna take that fight. I'm gonna head back to base, maybe even hit the carrier. Yeah, he flared it. Oh no, he didn't. Nice. yeah, this definitely seems like a fun little aircraft. I know I'm gonna enjoy it, and hopefully you guys can get some enjoyment out of it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, all the things, share it, and thanks for watching. See you next time.